Hello my YouTube friends. I'm going to be making a quick tutorial on how to change the sack on an Esterbrook fountain pen. But first, just a quick shout out to fountainpensacks.com. When I first started just a couple of months ago, they were very helpful, very nice and friendly people. I know there's other suppliers, but these are the folks I stumbled across first, and they've got my business. This is not going to be any instructions on how to get these parts and pieces, these components apart. Okay, sometimes it could take hours or days. I've read soaking and trying to get them apart, which would be well beyond the scope of this tutorial. So we should be at the point where you have the barrel, you have the section, you have your sack, and you're ready to put it all together. Now I've only done this 3 or 4 times. I am not the resident expert on this, but I recall that I was nervous when I first started, and I've read many posts where people are you can see the nervousness in their writings. They're saying, what do I do? How do I do this? You're going to need some sack cement or some shellac. Also got that from fountainpensacks.com. You're going to need a pair of scissors, and again, I'm going to show you how I do this, and I'm sure there's several ways to get around it. You're going to need a pen, and I'll show you what that's for in a minute, because you're going to have to make a couple of quick marks on this sack to get the right length for the barrel. Okay, so you've got the sack, and you've got the section, and you're probably wondering how do I get all this stuff done, right? Well, the first thing I would recommend is just taking this and playing with it and trying to just get a little feel of what you got your fingers all around. You know, you can take it and stretch it on and see. I got great big paws, and I'm able to kind of get that on there. All right. So now you've got this on here, and you're like, great, okay, and how long is it? Because obviously that's way too long. You got to have it shorter. So this is what I'm going to use my other pen for, just to make a couple quick marks. You could jam this all in there. Trust me, it wouldn't work. Like, if I can get this to balance real quick, drop the barrel right on there. There, it's setting right on the end of the rubber sack. And that's how much is sticking out. So it's like, well, how much do I cut it off? Okay. Here's how I do it. Okay, you got to know that when this whole thing goes together, this section right there fits inside that barrel right there, and it fits in all the way up to this mark here. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is approximate that mark. So I just drop that in like so. It sticks out a little bit. Here's what I want to do. I take my handy dandy little pen, and I make a little mark right there. Okay. So I'm hoping that you should be able to hopefully see that little mark that I got put on there, right? And I take that out, and that mark, I lay it right up next to the, because it was right there is where it was, right? That much was sticking out of the barrel, and that's where I made the mark. And then if I line the section up with that same relative mark, remember the sack was sticking out of the barrel by about that much. I made a mark, and we know the barrel is going to come all the way down to there, so now I need to make a mark right here, because that's where the end of the sack will be. So I make a little mark right there, and that way when I put it all together as so, you can see now that the end of the sack won't be past the end of the barrel. Okay, so let's get that cut. Let's get that cut here. Okay. Ta-da! One cut sack. Now then, We're going to throw a little shellac on the section here. Now also, after you put the shellac on here, it's going to act as a lubricant to help get that sack on here. If you notice, when I first started and I was playing with this, I was having to stretch that sack around to try to get it to fit, right? So now we've got it as such. I'm going to grab this bad boy as such. Come on, work with me here, work with me here. And it wants to come right back off. Come on, you can do it. We'll get it on. And slide that. And we're going to slide this right on. And there you have it. Okay. Pretty much easy peasy. And you can see, if I put this down and put that's where that section goes right up inside the barrel there. Let me get this more centered in the frame. Where the section will fit right up into the barrel. You see now that the length doesn't exceed the length of the barrel. I've been told to give it a day to dry, and then I do. And then you get your talc and talc it up. And there's, I don't know where mine is. I've got a little sort of workshop here. Oh, here it is. And once again, fountainpensacks.com. My friends over there. You know, I got everything in one nice order from them. Usually what I do is I'll just open this up, kind of like this, and stick this in, and, well, you get the gist of it. Wiggle it around, get it covered with talc, flick the excess off, and you're good to go. The only other thing I wanted to mention, and when I had to make this video into two parts because I ran along in the first one. So I wanted to just quickly, holy smokes, that's not what I wanted. I was looking for a spare section. I'll just use this one. When you're putting the shellac on this, you've got the section, and I don't know what this other section is called. I don't know if it's, does you have the whole section here, then like a little shoulder, this piece where the sack stretches over. The shellac only goes around this area here. No shellac here, no shellac there, and no shellac on the inside. Okay, you just brush the shellac on this part of the nib itself prior to putting the sack on. So I apologize for not having that in frame when I did it before, but I just wanted to clear that up because I've heard people ask, or I've seen people ask that question on the forum before. So there you are. You know, this whole process, once we were set up, you know, you can see it doesn't take very long, maybe 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to get it done. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and hopefully this gives you the confidence you need to grab your shellac, grab your sack, grab your section, and get it all together. Thanks everybody. Bye now.